Alright, I didn't want to do this, but I guess I'm doing it. Hello everybody, my name is Jeffrey, or known as Golden Foxy. Today, apparently you guys don't know, I'm going to explain the curse, EXE characters. Oh my god. I'm gonna start with the first one. And the one we have up first is John Oswell, or Curse. I'll explain two of the stories. The story has not been finished yet, and I will have to explain it. So John Oswell basically was a father to Sarah Henderson. I don't know her full name, but John Oswell was fighting. His wife and them were fighting about something. It was like a random crap until all of a sudden John Oswell was kicked out of the house, and he tried to win money back by gambling. But the gambling did not work at all for him. So John Oswell got kicked out of the casino, and he was homeless now. He had no money, and nobody cared. So until then, a criminal runs up to him and shots him in the head, ending his life. All of a sudden, Curse dies, but his soul goes into Sonic the Hedgehog, but not Sonic the Hedgehog you think. It's Sonic All-Stars. It's a Sonic All-Stars game. It's a Sega game that Sega never finished it at all. They did not finished it. So what happened was... Sorry, guys. So what happened was John Oswell was teleported to the Sonic game. Sonic Sonic was coming back. All the Movians were all greeting him back from stopping Dr. Robotnik. Sonic was gonna tell Tails something, but Tails was getting mad at him, and he told him about his adventure, but did not care because he was working on an invention. That next day, Sonic told Tails that he wanted to explore something, and this was a temple. Now, John Oswald is now the skeleton. Alright, he's a skeleton. He's a skeleton of the head of the hedgehog. This hedgehog was a murderer that killed most of his tribe. That's why Sonic's kind of we don't know much about him and where he's come from. But yeah, Sonic tells Tails, let's go explore. Tails says no, but Sonic does it anyway. He brings a bag with him to see if he can find anything. They go into the temple, and when they go into the temple, this skeleton head was just sitting there. They were touching it, and keep touching it until all of a sudden the skeleton head basically got off and bites Sonic. No, wait, sorry. I'm trying to remember my story, guys. I don't have it written down, that's why. That's why you write your stories down. So, what happens? The skeleton was just standing there. Sonic was keep bothering him, and he said, "If you bother me one more time, I'm going to bite you and curse you." Sonic basically they both ran away and went back to their houses. The next day, they went back to see the skeleton again, and they were bothering him, and he said, "Alright, I warned you," and bites Sonic on his arm, where he was hurt. But the soul of the skeleton, which was John Oswald, went into Sonic. Sonic's spirit left his body. Well, not yet. Tails also got cursed too. They were arguing about, well, they should have gone in there, and Sonic disagreed. It was kind of fun, and then Tails was getting mad and goes back to his house and gets so angry. The next day, Sonic finds out that 2 of his quills are gone now. Yeah, the 2 backs of Sonic's quills went missing. They're gone. He saw a curl and he was like wondering what was going on. He was crying. Tails, the next morning, this was the same morning, was looking at his body and confused what was going on. Now, I know this is weird, but how did their bodies transform? Because John Oswald was the first one to curse them. I'll explain the side story where John Oswald. Meanwhile, John Oswald was in the void with Satan, or known as the Armadillo Hedgehog, which is Mighty and it looked like Mighty Sonic.exe mixed together. This is the one who's been tormenting them since he came there. After that, John Oswald was crying on the floor that you would never get out. But really, he's just stuck in the vessel of curse, which aka Sonic. So, he had a plan. While Sonic was sleeping, he made people feel how he felt when he got shot. So, he goes visits his old friends, but as Sonic, in the night. They were all sleeping, so he had a great idea. He was gonna kill them all as Sonic. They would never notice. So what happened John Oswald didn't kill most of them. He pretends to be like Sonic, the real Sonic, but he's not. He's a faker. It's like basically a trick. Once Sonic the first victim he gets gets up is Bella, which is his old friend. Just his old friend. Three of them were in college already. He graduated from college. After he did that, they were all killed. I'm sorry. Sorry guys, I'm getting mixed up. Bella was in there until she noticed Sonic. Sonic was telling her, like, hey Bella, want to play a game with me? Bella was confused, but Sonic lead her to a trap, killing Bella. Next victim he went for was Tom. He killed Tom. He said the same thing. Killed him. Nick. He did the same thing. Killed him. But then after he killed all his friends, he killed the random people that were in this college. He killed everybody there. And he left with no trace. Now let's go back to the Sonic universe. Sonic was up the next morning, found out his body was transforming. He was starting to lose it. And that morning, Knuckles came. Knuckles looked at Tails and Sonic. He was diagnosing them and he told Sonic this. I'm sorry, Sonic, but you've been diagnosed as cursed. Sonic was freaking out and crying. He was cursed. Tails was so mad at him. He slapped him in the face. But he didn't attack at all. He just cried. So after that, he told the two to go home, and they did. When they went back home, they are basically moving on. But Sonic tells Tails, and he would love to stay in his house first, because they're both sick. The two were just being very sad that they're both cursed. 2 seconds later, Knuckles leaves Mobius. He leaves Mobius and runs away. He flies away and takes his stuff. He tries and makes it to the forest, which is where Sally is. Sally Acorn. Sally didn't know about this yet, but she'll be told about that. After Knuckles left, Sonic was laughing like a maniac. Laughing as a maniac, he went and tried to go kill Eggman. Eggman came with Scratch, Grinder, Coconuts, and Metal Sonic. They were going to take over Mobius. Sonic was not... Well, Sonic was just standing there. Eggman was confused. And Eggman said this, "Aren't you going to hurt me? Beat me up like you always do?" Sonic just stared. And stared into nowhere. Eggman starts getting mad and gets out of his egg carrier. And he says, "Hey, Chog, are you gonna do anything? Are you just gonna let me take over Mobius?" And Sonic laughed again. Eggman was confused why Sonic was laughing. And he was like, "Sonic, why are you laughing?" Eggman was confused as what was going on. And after Eggman found out, well, he didn't find out, but he was curious of what's going on with Sonic, and Curse hauled him up and said, "I'm sorry, but Sonic is gone. I am Curse." Throws him on the ground and he starts crying, but runs away. Tails tries and gets Eggman. The two they go and try and kill Eggman. Tails was pretending to be like she was very sick. Eggman was confused until she got up and tried to kill Eggman. There's no females right now, so I don't got any female voice actors, so I'm gonna have to do the voice myself. So please don't get very mad at me. You're coming with me, Eggman. Eggman tries and runs. Curse is out front the door, and he tries and escapes. He failed. Curse took all of his bones started coming. 100 bones started coming out of his mouth. He grabs Eggman and hurts him. And then all of a sudden it was pitch black. Well, Nick was confused with what's going on until Sonic told him. Well, until John Arnold told him, "Do you remember me?" Nick remembered, and he was like, "Wait, John?" He was laughing. Yeah. He said it was me. He was wondering why he would do this. And he lies and says that his friends did this. Being a little liar he is. Bella woke up finally in Tails' body. She was questioning what was going on. Bella was going on and saying, like, what the fuck? What in the hell what is this body? This is not my body. And Curse comes up to her and says, you have been changed. Giving Curse's grin shows to, Bella. And she was confused at what was going on. She was trying to figure out what was going on too. All Curse said was, you're not yourself anymore. You're known as Tails now. Bella was listening to Curse's commands because Curse controlled Bella. Then Eggman. Scratch and Grinder were confused, and they went to see what was going on with the doctor. Until Eggman got the Curse virus and chased his own creations. Metal Sonic and Scratch and Grinder left until they were following Knuckles. Knuckles found out and ran away. Ran as fast as he can. But flying at the same time. Tails caught him. And John Oswald did the same thing. And Tom woke up in the void and says, where am I? And John Oswald says, remember me? And then Tom was like, Sean? John Oswald said the same thing. And now the four were all being together. So, they were thinking about having a campfire, why they were gonna plan their next kills. And, well, Tom and Nick were talking until Bella and, John Oswald. The both basically got so drunk that the two each other. Yeah. John Oswald raped a teenager. Their friend, Chant. Tom goes in there and finds out what the heck is going on, and he was looking at it and then shut the door and look. And then Tom says this to Nick. Nick asks, hey, what was going on in there? Tom says, shit went in there. And I don't want to talk about it. that's where Sonic's story leads off so far. So it's not finished. But here's what happens from John Oswald. The news says, according to the news, they said there's been a suspect shooting different people. John Oswald was killed in the alleys by this criminal. We do not know the name or who they are. That's it for Curse's story. Curse's story is not finished just yet, but that is it so far. So yeah, and here's some questions that I'm gonna answer. So, if nobody wanted to hear the story, you could have fast forward a little bit. I'll put the timestamp where you need to be. But here's what I'm gonna say. So, one question is, why is Tails naked as a girl? Tails is naked because of, well, Bella. Also, Tails is referenced by a girl because Tails is voice acted by a girl. And Tom and Nick and Sonic are all, well, John Oswald are both, three of them are boys. So Tails is the only girl in the group. Well, Curse Tails only in the group. Now, another question is that people might be asking, what happened to Sonic? Sonic got possessed by the curse, so the curse possessed him so badly that his spikes went away and everything. His design his design got changed up. And everybody's curious is who is the hero. I can tell you who the hero is going to be. It is going to be Tom. Tom will basically be like Lufer, but he's going to try and save the day when I finish the story. It's a game I'm also working on, so yeah. Can't wait to finish it. I'm just working on concepts right now because I don't know to make pixels and that stuff. So that's it, everybody. Thank you for listening for the story, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.